A woman with faith is a force the world cannot contain. When she lifts her eyes above what she can see and anchors her spirit in what she believes, something begins to shift in the atmosphere around her. You can watch her walk into a room with burdens on her shoulders, storms in her mind, and questions in her heart. Yet she stands with a quiet strength that makes even uncertainty tremble. Because faith is not the absence of struggle. Faith is the decision to keep moving even when the path looks impossible. A woman with faith doesn't wait for approval, applause, or permission. She understands that her strength is not borrowed from people who change their minds with the wind. Her strength is drawn from a place deeper than fear, wider than failure, higher than doubt. She knows who she is. Because she knows the one who whispered purpose into her soul before the world ever called her by name. When life pushes her to her knees, she does not break, she prays, and when she prays, she rises stronger than she fell. You can see faith in the way she handles loss, in the way she forgives what almost destroyed her, in the way she chooses peace when chaos would be easier, in the way she smiles even when her heart is tired. Faith makes her resilient, but it also makes her dangerous. Dangerous to every lie that said she wasn't enough. Dangerous to every limitation that tried to hold her down. Dangerous to every fear that told her she'd never make it. Because the moment a woman believes she can rise, nothing on earth can keep her low. A woman with faith builds even when the foundation shakes. She dreams even when the world calls her foolish. She fights for the vision placed within her, not because it is guaranteed, but because she knows that purpose has a way of unfolding for those who dare to trust. She can stand in a valley and still talk like someone who sees a mountain peak. She can stand in a storm and still speak like someone who hears the wind calming down. Her words are seeds of victory planted in the soil of uncertainty, and her belief waters them until they grow. She may cry, but she doesn't quit. She may doubt, but she doesn't surrender. She may fall, but she gets up with a determination that confuses every force that tried to break her. Her faith is not loud, but it is deep. Not always visible, but always alive. And every step she takes with conviction becomes a step toward the future she was born to experience. Success for her is not defined by titles, trophies, or applause. It is defined by the strength she gains in the struggle, the character she develops in the waiting, the wisdom she discovers in the pain. She succeeds because she refuses to let fear be her teacher. She succeeds because she chooses hope when despair whispers her name. She succeeds because she understands that faith is not magic, it is movement. It is obedience. It is the courage to believe that her life can carry greatness even when it feels small. A woman with faith is successful because she knows that every season has purpose, every setback has instruction. Every delay has timing, and every challenge has transformation hidden inside it. She walks with grace, but she fights with fire. She loves deeply, but she stands firmly. She forgives freely, but she never forgets who she is. Her success is not something she chases, it's something she becomes. A woman with faith is a force that cannot be measured by the limits of this world. Because faith rewrites the boundaries that life tries to place around her. When she steps out in belief, she steps out with something greater than confidence. She steps out with conviction. Conviction that she was created for more than survival. Conviction that her voice matters even when others try to silence it. Conviction that her journey has meaning even when the path is dark and unclear. She may walk through seasons where her resources are low, where her strength is tested, where her heart is stretched beyond what she thought it could bear. But faith becomes the light she carries through every shadow. It molds her, strengthens her, and prepares her for what she has not yet seen. And while the world may try to measure success by what she has, faith measures success by who she becomes in the process. A woman with faith knows how to wait without wasting her waiting. She understands that delay is not denial, and that every closed door is preparing her for one that will open with purpose and clarity. She doesn't rush destiny or force breakthroughs, because she has learned that real elevation comes with patience, preparation, and perseverance. Even when the calendar tells her she is late and the world tells her she is behind, faith whispers that she is right on time. She knows how to stand still without being stagnant, how to be patient without being passive, how to trust without losing her fire. Faith teaches her that timing is not measured by her clock, but by her calling, and she walks with a confidence that defies the pressure of comparison. A woman with faith stands differently. She carries herself not with arrogance, but with assurance. Assurance that she is guided even when she feels alone, supported even when she feels overlooked, strengthened even when she feels weak. Her footsteps are steady because they are not guided by fear. She knows fear will always whisper its doubts, but she also knows faith speaks louder when she chooses to listen. She may feel overwhelmed, but she will not be overtaken. She may feel uncertain, but she will not be undone. Because faith does not remove the battles, it equips her to win them. A woman with faith speaks differently. Her words carry life because her belief fuels them. She blesses herself when life tries to break her. She declares victory when circumstances suggest defeat. She speaks hope into places that once felt hopeless. She chooses words that align with her future, not her frustration. She understands that what she speaks becomes what she steps into, so she chooses to speak strength, possibility, and purpose over her days. Her words become the seeds that grow into the destiny she is walking toward. A woman with faith loves differently. She loves without fear, because she understands that love is not a weakness but a weapon. She forgives deeply, not because the wound didn't hurt, but because she refuses to let bitterness imprison her spirit. She protects her peace because she understands that faith cannot flourish in a heart cluttered with resentment. She knows when to stay and when to walk away, when to nurture and when to release, when to fight and when to let go. Her love is strong because it is rooted in something eternal, not circumstantial. A woman with faith rises differently. She rises from failures with wisdom, from heartbreak with clarity, from disappointment with resilience. Every time she stands back up, she carries a new piece of strength that wasn't there before. Faith does not prevent her from falling, but it ensures she never stays on the ground. She rises because she believes there is more ahead than what she left behind. She rises because she refuses to let one season define her whole story. She rises because faith tells her that the power within her is greater than anything that comes against her. A woman with faith carries an inner fire that cannot be extinguished by circumstances, because her strength is not rooted in what she sees, but in what she knows deep within her spirit. She knows that storms will come, but she also knows she was designed to outlast them. She understands that challenges do not appear to destroy her. They appear to reveal her capacity, her courage, and her calling. Faith becomes the lens through which she interprets every season. What others see as obstacles, she sees as opportunities waiting to be transformed. She knows she may bend, but she will not break. She may cry, but she will not collapse. She may slow down, but she will not surrender. Her faith becomes her anchor, keeping her steady in the middle of uncertainty and grounded when life tries to pull her into chaos. A woman with faith has a vision within her that refuses to die even when life tests her patience. She carries dreams that may have been delayed, but they remain alive because she refuses to give up on what she knows was placed in her heart for a reason. She understands that faith is not the absence of waiting. It is the strength to wait with expectation. She knows how to stand firm when things take longer than she hoped, because she believes that preparation is happening in the background even when progress is invisible. She believes that every step she takes in trust is building something powerful in her character. And while the world may ask her why she keeps believing, she simply continues to move with quiet determination, knowing that what she holds in her spirit is greater than anything she lacks in her hands. A woman with faith navigates adversity with a resilience that confuses those who expect her to collapse. She has moments when the weight feels heavy, but she refuses to let heaviness have the final word. She knows that every hardship has a hidden lesson, and she chooses to rise above frustration and look for the wisdom that is buried beneath the struggle. She does not let the pain of the moment blind her to the purpose of the journey. She understands that strength is not built in easy seasons, it is forged in fire. So when she walks through difficulty, she walks knowing she is being refined, strengthened, and elevated into a version of herself she never knew she could be. Her faith tells her that even her setbacks are setups for something greater, and she clings to that truth with perseverance. A woman with faith carries peace in a way that defies logic. Her peace is not connected to how smooth her life looks on the outside. It is connected to the assurance she carries inside. She protects her peace fiercely, because she understands that faith cannot grow in a heart that is consumed by fear, worry, or negativity. So she chooses to guard her mind, surround herself with people who align with her purpose, and distance herself from anything that drains her spirit. She knows that peace is not passive. It is a power she cultivates intentionally. Her calmness does not come from ignoring reality. It comes from trusting that she is held, guided, and supported even in moments when she feels overwhelmed. A woman with faith invests her energy into growth, not comparison. She understands that her journey is uniquely designed for her, and that comparing her path to someone else's only distracts her from her own purpose. She celebrates others without feeling threatened, supports others without feeling diminished, and honors her own progress even when it seems small. She knows that faith is not just about believing in outcomes, it is about believing in her value, her identity, and her potential. So she walks boldly in her own lane, trusting that what is meant for her will never pass her by. A woman with faith walks with an unshakable sense of direction. She may not see the whole map, but she knows she is being led step by step. She listens deeply, moves intentionally, and trusts wholeheartedly. And even when the road twists, turns, and tests her, she keeps going because she knows that every step taken in faith leads her closer to the future she was born for. A woman with faith carries a depth within her that cannot be defined by appearances, because her power is anchored in the unseen places of her soul where courage is born and destiny takes shape. She understands that true success begins in the heart long before it shows up in the world around her. So she nurtures her inward life with intentionality, guarding her spirit from voices that belittle, distractions that drain, and doubts that disguise themselves as logic. She has learned that faith grows in silence, in stillness, in moments when nobody is watching and nobody is clapping. She knows how to sit with herself, reflect on her path, and listen to the whisper of purpose that guides her steps. Her solitude becomes her sanctuary, and her strength is built from the inside out. A woman with faith understands the importance of boundaries not because she is unkind, but because she is wise. She knows that protecting her purpose requires protecting her energy, and not everyone who enters her life is meant to stay. She discerns the difference between those who encourage her growth and those who drain her progress. She recognizes when a situation is beneath her calling, when a relationship disrupts her peace, when a habit limits her potential. With faith guiding her, she has the courage to walk away from what no longer aligns with her future. Her faith gives her clarity, and that clarity allows her to choose herself without guilt, choose growth without hesitation, and choose purpose without apology. A woman with faith walks through life with a quiet but undeniable boldness. She does not need to announce her strength because it radiates through everything she does. You can see it in the way she handles pressure, the way she confronts fear, the way she rises after disappointment. She does not crumble under criticism or shrink under adversity. Instead, she uses every challenge as material for her growth. She turns wounds into wisdom, setbacks into strategies, and pain into power. Her faith teaches her that nothing she goes through is wasted, and even the darkest chapters can become the most transformative parts of her story. She carries her scars not as signs of defeat, but as evidence of her resilience. A woman with faith embraces change with an open spirit. She understands that growth requires stretching, transformation requires discomfort, and elevation requires letting go. She knows how to release what no longer serves her, even when it is familiar, because she trusts that something greater waits on the other side of obedience. Change does not intimidate her, it prepares her. She leans into new seasons with a heart that is willing, adaptable, and expectant. Her faith tells her that every shift in her life is guiding her toward a version of herself she has not yet met but is destined to become. She does not fear transition because she knows she is being led into purpose. A woman with faith honors her responsibilities with strength and grace. She shows up even when she is tired. She pushes forward. Even when life feels heavy, she nurtures others while still fighting her own battles. But she has learned that being strong does not mean carrying everything alone. Her faith teaches her the balance between perseverance and rest, between effort and surrender. She has learned that she does not have to be superhuman to be successful. She only needs to be steadfast. So she embraces the rhythm of working hard, praying deeply, resting wisely, and rising steadily. A woman with faith shapes her environment with intention. She creates spaces filled with love, purpose, and growth. She surrounds herself with people who speak life into her vision, not death into her dreams. She understands that faith flourishes in the right atmosphere, so she cultivates a life that nourishes her spirit. Whether she is building a home, a business, a family, or a dream, she does it with integrity and dedication. Her success is not accidental. It is created through consistency, discipline, and unwavering belief. A woman with faith becomes a living example of what is possible when strength partners with belief. Her life shines not because it is perfect, but because she refuses to allow fear, failure, or limitation to define her story. She carries herself with purpose, she moves with intention, and she lives with the quiet confidence that what is within her is greater than anything standing before her.